you're a woman thinking of entering into politics, this conversation is for you. This is not to scare you, but to prepare you, to make you ready for whatever may come at you in politics. You're welcome to the EBUN Show, a talk show for women and the men who love them. This episode's conversation is for a woman who feels the pull towards leadership, public service, and politics, but does not know where to start from or what to expect. Politics is often represented as ambition and power, but rarely spoken of in the light of risks, resistance, and emotional labor for women. On this episode, I sit with Honorable Fatima Mohammed of the Ifako-Ijaye constituency, who has lived the realities of a political life, the wins, the resistance, the heartbreaks, and everything in between. Today is not about a political debate, but a guide, a mirror for a woman who wants to go into politics. You're welcome on the show. Hey, Mama. You're welcome on the EBUN Show.
Thank you. Feels good to be here.
Honestly, it's a pleasure to have you. And going straight into the conversation.
Yes.
I met you first when you were shot at a campaign ground.
This was 2016.
Yeah. Let's talk about that, because I remembered the first call like yesterday. I called you and I said, I wanted to have you on Women in Politics.
Yes.
On TV then.
Yes.
And you were saying Ebulomo. First, you sounded so connected to me. It was as though you had known me before then. And you called my full name and said, Ebulomo, I got shot. I would come. You know, it was even the last thing I was expecting you to promise me, given that just happened. So tell me about that experience. Or I know about the experience. Tell us.
It feels good to be here again, one more time. And this was 2016, 8 years ago. And sometimes there are things that happen to you and you don't even want to remember it. But somebody was saying to me, oh, Fatima, why haven't you done plastic surgery? You can afford it. Why haven't you done it? And I said, plastic surgery? Hell no. This scar is a reminder that I survived what was meant to kill me. So I'm going to leave it like this for the rest of my life. Wow. Not because I cannot afford to get, a plastic surgery, but I mean, that story will be incomplete without you seeing the arm the way it is. So that day, I was on a campaign trail of the presidential candidate. I used to be in the PDP. And so, I was on that campaign train, and from nowhere, the gunshot came. At first, I didn't even know that I was the one who was shot.
Wow.
Because I just felt, I heard the gunshot, and I just suddenly saw myself going down. I turned, looked at my hand, and my hand was shattered, different pieces. It was a pump action. And I think the only luck that I had is the fact that I am on the chubby side. So it's not, for me, it was a plus at that time. Being on the big side helped me, to withhold the bullets, the pellets, and the force.
Yes.
Ordinarily, it would have shattered my bones and probably escaped to my heart. I'm sure that was their intention, to just kill me. But mercy spoke for me. I'm alive. Grace has kept me thus far. So I fell down, went to the hospital. Even while I was at the hospital, they tried to kill me again. So they had to move me to a private place, and I eventually got healed. After then, I've done a couple of surgeries abroad to take out. I still have about 30, 40 pellets in my hand. Yes, because usually what they do is wait for it to come out and then they'll take it out. So the arm is still so painful. Every time it's close to the time. In fact, even when it's not close to the time, if I sit in the AC for too long or I'm exposed to cold or anything, the pain starts so terribly.
And that has not deterred you?
No.
Why?
Why would I be deterred?
If it's me, I would have run away.
No, that's what you think. That's what you think. That's one of the hazards of the profession that I love, of what I love to do. I got into politics not because I wanted to amass wealth. I got into politics because for me, I'm not an elitist politician. I am a grassroots politician. So I am very close to the grassroots. And I believe that governance must be doable and achievable to the common man. Those people who defile the rain and the sun and queue up to cast their votes to ensure that you're elected. So those are the ones who mean so much to me and who have won my heart over the years. And before I got into politics, I used to do a lot of empowerment. People say, oh, she's a philanthropist. I don't know about that word. For me, I just like to say that my day is incomplete without touching one's soul.
So let's take it back.
Yes.
At what age did you get into politics?
I was in my 30s.
And you said you were doing something before.
Yes.
Like, what triggered, you've mentioned that you're a people person.
Yes.
Even before politics.
Yes,
but
before politics.
What made you decide that on this particular day, this particular year, I am going into politics?
Okay, so I was driving past my mother's neighborhood. This is somewhere in Agbele-Kale, Alimocha local government. And they had a political meeting and the woman wanted to speak. And they shut her up, keep quiet, the men are still talking.
Oh, wow.
And so I parked and said, what's happening? So I got down from the car, I sat behind, I was asking questions. What was happening? Why did they not let that woman? She said, no, because the leaders are still talking in front. She can't talk. So I said, please, what days do you meet? They told me. I don't know if I'm a rebellious person, but I love to speak above whispers. I love to fight for people's rights. I have been doing it, for ages. I hate for you to trample anyone under your feet, especially women. I'm very gender sensitive, extremely gender biased. So when it comes to women, I would go all do. So I asked for the day of the meeting. So the day of the meeting, I came and sat in front. So they were where are you from? Come back.
Who is this man?
I said, how? I said, I'm not going back, I'm sitting here. They said, you can't sit here. This place is for leaders. I said, which leaders? These leaders, are they more educated than me? I'm more educated than them now. And then these leaders are only amassing wealth for themselves. I can talk. Look at our road. The roads are bad. Everything is not working for us. So I want to sit here to talk. And so that's how I became a force. I became a voice. And from there.
I'm sure a lot of women will be interested because, politics appears distant to a woman. Do you understand? So I want us to also go back to what is that thing that you wish someone had told you as a woman before entering into politics? Okay,
before entering into politics, what I wished I was, told is, Fatima, prepare. Like they'll say, mi o mokogulaye, mati mura sile, so mi odira. I wasn't particularly prepared. I just thought it was, okay, Fatima, go in and just be your normal self. When they talk, shut them down. When they do, be violent about it, be this, I wish I learned to blend. Someone told me, you've got to blend. You've got to be very vocal. You've got to learn when to shut up. You've got to be very out there. You've got to learn when to go back in. You've got to learn to say, this is my stand. And then again, you've got to learn to say, okay, that's fine. Is that what you think? Okay, let's meet halfway. So I wish I had learned that. But unfortunately, Nigerian politics has taught us that for as long as the women are clamoring to come in and be a voice, they're prepared to keep suffocating them. The level of suffocation is crazy.
It's women targeted?
Women targeted. It's obvious, women targeted.
Oh, wow.
Up until now, we haven't gotten, how many percent is the affirmative action? Till tomorrow. We're still here.
Wow.
So it is women targeted.
What kind of resistance? You have implied it, but what kind of resistance would a woman face in politics?
You would face every form of resistance. Everything is working against you. There are inhibitions that works against the women. Cultural inhibitions. In some parts of the world, they say, no, as a woman, I'm from the north.
Yes.
So the average northern woman should not be seen. In fact, should not be heard sometimes. They expect you to just keep quiet, bow your head. You're not meant to raise your head. You're treated like a lesser human being. There are marital inhibitions. There are married women who dare to go into politics, and then you see them pulling you back and saying, don't you know that the female politicians are prostitutes? Those are inhibitions. You have religious inhibitions where they say, no, the man, Christ is the head, the man is the head, whether he's your husband or not, put him in that position, bow to his headship. So that's why we have the godfathers where you are either kissing their asses, licking their feet, or following their instructions or rebelling and saying, no, sir, I do not answer to you, I answer to the people. So it's a choice. It's something that you must calculate properly and take a stand about.
Let's talk about relationship between women to women in politics.
Oh, that's terrible sometimes. Because,
Terrible?
Oh, terrible. The
What
level
do
of
you think
patriarchy.
that women should support women?
Patriarchy has eaten deep into their life. You see a woman who is probably sleeping with a man that you're contesting with, or is related to a man that you're contesting with, and the woman knows that you're better off than this man. It is that same woman who would go around campaigning against you.
Oh, wow.
All the campaign of calumny starts from the man, from the woman.
From the woman.
So it is the woman who would, and unfortunately for some of these women, the only thank you that they get from this man is that they will sleep with them and their daughters. When you take their daughter, please, can you get my daughter a job? They'll sleep with their daughters and give them stipends. That's why the first thing in being a politician is you must be properly sensitized, have an orientation of the fact that my body would not be used as gratification for something that I deserve. Sometimes it makes some of us not get to what we want, but hey, whatever God desires would come to pass somehow. So whether people are pushing you, whether they're working against you, when it is time, something would happen.
Then do those women not now justify the set of people who believe that women, a lot of women in politics are in there for prostitution?
That's what I'm saying to you, that people do not know what politics entails. They think that politics entails me sleeping to get chairmanship slot, to become a councillor, House of Rep, House of Assembly member. That's what they think. That's why you first and foremost must have a passion for touching lives. You must have a passion for changing the narrative, you know, that you're saying, okay, I want to go into politics and this is what I want to be known for. I keep telling people every time that, I mean, it's not me, it's God. Fatima has her feet imprinted in the sands of time. You cannot write the history of my constituency and not put my name in gold. In fact, maybe in diamond. You would put it because as an individual, sinking 23 boreholes, empowering over 7,000 women and youths is something that elected officers, no elected officer has been able to do that. And one single woman has come out. So you must be passionate about the people to first be in politics. That way, you know that you're here to serve. So until we know that politics is about service, then we would stop giving our bodies as gratification to be able to serve.
Apparently, politics in Nigeria, for a woman especially, is not easy. It's what in Yoruba would say, Ogun wow.
Babala Ogun.
But I want to ask you, as a woman in Nigerian politics, which of these things you said is the hardest battle for you? Elections, intimidation, or acceptance?
The thing is, I've actually had to fight all of the three. I have had to fight intimidations. I have had to, you know, fight to be accepted. I have had to fight for, you know, my voice to be heard. So I think basically it's been you trying to assert yourself at every level. So all of the three, honestly, they are intertwined. All of the three. It is difficult for you to face an election as a woman. That's why we're praying that this new bill would pay us. But I do not know. I pray that, you know, a miracle would happen and they'll say, okay, so women do not have to. We have reserved seats. But okay, for this local government, no man has the right to contest with a woman in this. That makes it feel better. Maybe that would help the part,
but would
the
that
election
now be
part.
Credibility?
Well,
if you just feel it is reserved for women,
it's reserved for women
to...
does not mean that a woman that would be chosen would not be deserving of it.
Okay.
It is reserved for women. If you look at contesting elections with men, I have had to contest elections with men. It's not particularly easy. The way Nigerian politics is run, we need a lot of money to run this politics. And you find out that even women who are bankers, who are, you know, people in private sectors, they would rather support the men than the women. I mean, pathetically so. I don't know why. They would rather push out funds to the men. Maybe they think that the men would always have, this upper hand. They do not believe in investing in the woman. So it's if they now say, oh, women have this reserved seat, it makes it better for us. Then we know that we have a seat already that we're coming to, thug it out with the men for. This way you're not going to go through the stress of spending your money to, emerge as your party candidate. You already have a reserved seat and no man is going to contest. Maybe 2 women, maybe 3 women, but you know that seat, one of us women would emerge. So, I mean, it makes it lighter for me.
Okay. So, we've spoken about contention and contesting with male counterparts. But I want you to give me practical examples of how your male politicians perceive the women in that field. Is it a threat? You've said that in this side of the world, they just feel that a woman is lesser.
Yes,
but
they feel that you're a lesser person.
That you are not lesser.
Yes.
How is the perception? Does it now then turn to
the perception culminates to she's very proud, and then it begins to sponsor hateful speeches against you. They begin to incite people to hate you, and then at meetings you want to talk. Sometimes they ostracize you. Sometimes they ensure that you're not in the mainstream, just because you have dared to speak above whispers. So,
but then I would not. Don't you think that male politicians go through the same thing? Maybe the women have to have thicker skins because when it is a competition, whether politics in any other field, you know that some humans will go to any extent.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Irrespective of gender.
Yes.
As long as you're my opponents, I'm
going all the way.
All the way. So do you think women need to grow thicker skins, or thicker skin rather?
Yes, the thing is, you can't be a female politician and not have grown like 5 layers of skin.
She said 5 layers.
There must be 5 layers because a lot of things will be said. You go for meetings at night and then you attempt, I'm sure everybody has slept with her. By virtue of what you do, you are found amongst the elites politically, maybe the leaders up there. Some of them are still rational enough to see something and say, oh, this girl is doing well. There's something in her. I really want to pull her closer. And then you attempt, bye-bye, ombaso. So you must develop this thick skin, one that can help, especially for the married ones, one that can help you to keep your marriage, keep your home, keep your sanity. And above all, because what they do for us is try and bring out the emotional part of us. They break you. So 5 layers must be gotten.
Let's talk about how a woman can balance everything. In politics, you keep late nights, you travel a lot.
We keep middle nights.
Not just late nights.
It's not late, you. We keep middle nights. Yes.
All of those being available for your children, for your husband, for your home, and being able to do well at these meetings and everything that politics demands of you.
The first thing is I have come to realize, maybe I'm going to be speaking for myself. When I got into politics, my kids were young. I had people help out. And when I got into politics, I didn't get into politics at the lowest cadres. I got into politics because I told you, I said, I was able to assert myself. So I got into politics, maybe the middle cadre. So I had an opportunity to be able to juggle my time. I had people would come in, look after my children because they were younger. And I wasn't married. I wasn't married. At that time, I was divorced. So it didn't...
Was it because of politics?
Oh, no.
It had nothing
it had nothing to do with politics. So, I mean, and eventually when I got married, when I remarried, I had sat down, had a conversation. This is what I'm about.
Let me break you a bit,
yes.
Mama. It took you time.
Yes.
I'd known you for years before you even decided
to remarry.
Yes. Did it have anything to do with politics? Did you stay for that long because of politics?
Okay, so it didn't have anything to do with politics. For me, I had a very traumatic experience and I just wanted to concentrate on my children, concentrate on me, build my life. Did I get married because of politics back? Yes. That was one very vital mistake that I made. Yes. It was a mistake because you really do not have to get married, because people have made very horrible comments. You know, you are being taunted that, is it this one that you want to vote for? This one that doesn't have a husband. Oh. Like your marital status determines what comes out from, from you, your level of productivity, like it affects it. So I think that was a mistake for me. Remarrying was a major mistake for me. And that's it, because eventually, I think the man I married then was not able to relate with what I do. It started out by saying, we had a conversation, oh, I understand it, it's fine, it's fine. But eventually, he didn't understand it. So maybe for me, I'm somebody who really like family. I love, oh, this is my husband. But I think that perspective has changed about me. It has changed. It has changed. I have come to the reality that it's not marriage that makes or mar anyone. Marriage doesn't add any value to anybody. It is who you are before you marry that would eventually speak in that home. That's why the Bible says he who finds a wife, not he who finds a woman. So you must first be a wife in all its entirety before you go in. And most importantly, you must have a husband who understands everything, who is willing to go all the way with you, who understands and is willing to share in your dream. And most Nigerian men, I'm afraid, do not. Very few Nigerian men will understand that, oh, this is what she does. So why do you think that because she's having a meeting at 2 a.m., I can decide to have a meeting by myself? When I'm contesting elections, sometimes I would not sleep for 72 hours. So I can't have a meeting by myself with my crew at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with any one of them. So for every female politician who wants to come on board, if you are married, please explain what it is to your partner, because the rudiments of politics is something that must be learned. You must learn it. If you want to go far politically, most meetings are done at night, any part of the world. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So your partner must be able to understand that I am not at home because I am pursuing my career, I'm chasing my dreams. So if you have a partner that understands, fine. But please do not break your marriage because of politics. Think it through properly first. Do you think that this partner can go this hog with you?
What personal boundaries must a woman set early? As
a young woman getting into politics, that's why I said clarity is key. You must be clear why you're going into politics, what you're there for. Once you're intentional about your reason and you're focused in, this is what I want to achieve. This is how I want to be seen. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to represent. The first boundary that you must set is for them to know what you believe in. Like I told you earlier on, people believe that female politicians are prostitutes. So let them know from day one that you're going in that, well, I am coming in with my intellect. I am coming in ready to serve. I am coming in not coming to serve with my body. My body would not be used as gratification to touch the common man on the street. So let them know from day one, this is what I represent. So whether you're married or unmarried, please set a standard for sanity, set a standard for decency. Let them say, our integrity is top notch. I am saying that politically, people can say, Fatima, she's troublesome. But I dare anybody to come out and say, Fatima, she sleeps around. No, that doesn't work for me. I'm troublesome. Only wala ni me, only jog money me. But that, but everybody sleeps with her. No way. I'm clear. So let them know what you represent and take your stand. That's it, basically.
Oh, wow. Now, there's a lady watching who is pulled into the idea of leadership.
Okay.
To serve the people.
Yes.
Politics. What is that one word you have for such a woman?
Do not be deterred. Focus. Let your eyes be on the reason why you want to be in politics. Are you coming into politics to amass wealth? if that's your reason, you might not make it too. That's the bitter truth. You don't get into politics, and I've been in politics since 1999, so you don't get in today and then become something tomorrow. There's a process. People will say, "Òṣèlú ní kíkọ́." And my father, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, will say, power is not served a la carte. So if you're coming in as a young politician, be ready to learn. Set for yourself a matriarch politically, who you want to be like. Say, I want to be like Anoko Ojo-Iweala. She's not particularly a politician, but she's a woman who's achieved. I want to be like, you know, you can say you want to be like an Abike Dabiri. Abike Dabiri already cut her teeth in journalism. She already represented something, you know, and then she's done well politically. There are still some female politicians who, you look at, say, Natasha is doing well. She's, despite all the suffocations, at all tiers, she is the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and then you see that her people, she's the people's senator. Her people are so glad. I know, like, my watchword every time, my people, my priority. So a young female politician who is planning to come into politics, be focused, ensure that your reason for coming in is, you know, I can actually make life better for these people. I can give them value for representation. That's it. Don't think about the money. The money will come along the line, but don't let that be your focus.
Honorable Fatima Mohammed, it's been a wonderful time with you on set.
Thank you.
And as a young lady, or maybe an old lady.
Yes. Yeah, because you have older people who want to come into politics, yes.
Honestly, who wants to go into politics? This whole conversation is not to deter you.
No.
Neither is it to scare you.
No.
But for you to be informed, because you cannot afford to go into politics blindfolded.
No.
You know, having had this understanding of what it takes to be a politician in Nigeria, I think you'll be better equipped. Nothing surprises you anymore.
No.
You know, and for women, we are not just quotas. We're there for perspective, right thinking. That womanness, that womanhood, that motherhood is what we're bringing to the table.
Motherhood is key.
So I join my hands with you, although I'm not going into politics.
I know you dread politics because after the incident of my gunshot,
Funny enough, you know,
you almost fled.
What is this woman? Sharon Ikeazo.
Yes.
When I interviewed her for women in politics back then, wanted me to be part of. But I was just, no, I think it boils down to passion. Because like you said, if the passion
passionate
is there,
about it. So that's what I'm saying to any woman.
Irrespective.
You've got to be passionate about it. And you know, maybe there's a misconception. Like I said to you, I said, do not break your marriage because of politics. Politics didn't break my marriage. I mean, irreconcilable differences, and that's fine. And so, like I said, do not get married because your leader, some political leaders are saying, people are, you know, abusing you. She's not married, she's not married. You don't need it. Be married because you want to be married.
Yeah.
And stay unmarried if that works for you. So.
Now you've heard it, that's about it. Nothing more to be said. Thank you for staying this time with us on the EBUN Show. Do not forget, letter to EBUN. Write me. I want to hear from you. Have you had an experience with politics? You went for a brief meeting and they shut you up? Or you are thriving, you're doing well? Send me your experience so that we can encourage more people. Let's meet in the comment section. And for Letter to EBUN, I'll be reading everything you send to me on all social media platforms and I'll be reacting to them. Bye. We have a token for you from Mary Alma.
Aww.
Mary Alma is from Shemilori and Momori.
Uh-oh.
Yes, they do this.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
This is what they are putting their extra time into. So, with love from them to you, Ma.
Thank you so much. You know, it's heartwarming to see that those little cuties.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my babies. I see you. Thank you, darlings. God bless you. Oh, yes, they have to pee because they must come and say what you have done. Thank you so much, my love. I love you. Shame, Momore, thank you so much. This is so beautiful.
Thank you, Ma.